everybody, it's Claudia. So as you guys can see from the title of this video, this is my second book review video for February, as you guys know from my last video if you watched it. My goal for 2014 was to read 2 books a month, which would equal 24 books this whole year, and I actually doubled my goal this month. I read 4 books. 2 of them don't really count as like real books, but I'm gonna count them anyway for the purpose of this challenge that I've given myself. But it was kind of funny because all February I read books that were like inspiring and self-help books. I don't ever read self-help books, so it was kind of strange that all 4 books that I read this year were self-help, or this month were self-help. But I'm just going to jump into them really quickly and explain them really quick, so this video is relatively short. If you guys have any suggestions for what you think I should read, I would love to know in the comments below. And if you do like these videos, I'd love if you give them a thumbs up, just so I know that you guys do like them and that I will keep doing them for you guys. So let's get started. So the first book I read is called The Gifts of Imperfection by Brené Brown, and me and my mom actually listened to this on our drive home from California, so I didn't actually read the book, I audiobooked it and I listened to it, so I'm counting it, but it is basically how to live a better life. Let go who you think you're supposed to be and embrace who you are. And that's a huge thing for me. Like, I'm all about being who you are, embracing who you are, loving who you are. And I did like this book from that aspect of it. I give some other examples of what she talks about in the book on my blog post, which is linked down below. But basically, I really enjoyed this book from the aspect that it was love who you are, be true to yourself, don't let what other people think impact your life, and only you can create joy and happiness and gratitude in your life, and you have to practice those every day. It's not something that comes easy to everyone. It's not something that comes easy to anyone, really. And it's really important that if you're struggling with who you are or being happy or grateful or any of those things, that you have to practice it and make it a priority in your life, and you can't just say, I'm gonna wake up and be happy. You've got to think about the little things in the day that make you happy, and waking up in the day and think the day is gonna be good is definitely a good step, but you can't just wake up expecting every day to be great if you don't want to make it great. So I liked the book from that aspect, and then the parts of the book I didn't like is she is a mom, she is married, she is my mother's age. So from those parts when she was like, I'm struggling, or I needed to lean on my husband, or I'm struggling with the kids' activities, or I need to talk to my parents, and I'm having my midlife crisis, which is what the book stemmed from, I was like, I'm 19, I'm not gonna have midlife crises. But the reason me and my mom read this book is because we're doing her e-course. She's doing an e-course with Oprah right now on her website, and it's all about kind of crafting and opening up to who you really are and being who you are and being true to yourself, and you do that through little weekly journaling, crafting, artsy projects, which has been really, really enjoyable and really fun, and I really, really liked the class, and I'm liking the class, and I did enjoy the book. But if you're not needing a self-help book, I don't think I'd recommend this. I think there's probably better books for teenagers out there to help on your self-esteem and to be happy and stuff like that. But it was a good book from the aspect of loving yourself and all that kind of stuff, so yeah. The next book I read is called The Lowdown by Lo Bosworth, and I bought this book I think in like 2007 or 2008, pre-boyfriend, and during my like obsession with the hills. Lo was one of the characters on here, and she wrote a book about how to get a boyfriend, and 2008 Claudia thought that was a great idea, so I started it, and then I got a boyfriend, so I stopped reading it, and I think I kind of found that it was a little bit like silly and goofy. But before I started another book, I really wanted to finish this one and get it out of the way and off my bookshelf, and so I told myself that I had to finish this book before I started a new one, and I did. And basically this book is like a huge version of a 17 magazine Does He Like You quiz. Like, it's, again, it talks about how to love yourself and be who you are, and once you're comfortable with who you are and love who you are, the chips will fall into place. But I mean, it was really a silly book. I enjoyed it from the aspect that it was just like a goofy, funny little thing. She actually has like quizzes in the book to like find out. It was weird, but I mean, if you're looking to get a boyfriend, I think that you need to stop looking, because I promise you, the minute you stop looking for a boyfriend and start focusing on yourself, that is when like 3 boys will fall into your life and you'll be like, oh, which one do I pick as my boyfriend, kind of thing. So I really think that this book doesn't help you get a boyfriend. It's not the magical guide on how to get a boyfriend. But if you want my advice, the best thing is just to be friends with everyone and be yourself and be friendly, and honestly, the world will work itself out, and you don't need a boyfriend to be happy. You don't need a boyfriend to complete you. You don't need a boyfriend to go out and do fun things or be yourself or be happy. You don't at all. So I think that this book is probably not worth your time. I was expecting a little bit more from it. I'm actually not sure what I was expecting. As I said, I bought it in 2008, so I probably was like, get me a boyfriend. And then once I was like, I'm fine by myself, I got a boyfriend. So I don't know, if you want to pick it up and check it out, you can. It's also only $5.99 on Amazon, so if you want to pick it up on Amazon, you can, but it was good from the aspect that it was like, be who you are, love yourself, etc., etc. Then this is the book that I'm talking about that wasn't really a book, but this is called Find It in Everything, and it's photographs by Drew Barrymore. And if I wasn't already in love with Drew Barrymore after reading this book, I would be. Like, so basically the book is all photos of hearts she found in nature and in their natural state, and like, here's a wood grain one right there. But I love Drew Barrymore. I think she's super talented. This book was really cute to flip through. Again, it'd be a great coffee table book if you're looking for a present or just for something kind of fun. But I think it's a great book. I just thought it was adorable. It brought me a lot of enjoyment to flip through, and she does, for some of the photos, she does kind of explain where she found the heart or how she found it, but I just thought it was super cute and it's really adorable. So if you are into photography or you know someone who's into photography, I would definitely check out this book because I thought it was adorable and highly recommend it. And then this last book is called Thanks, Thanks, Thanks by Leah Dietrich. Dietrich, I think is how you say her last name. But basically she started a website a few years ago, and she just wrote thank you notes to everything. So she wrote thank you notes to her pillow, she wrote thank you notes to the clouds, she wrote thank you notes to her boyfriend, she wrote thank you notes to her guitar, she wrote thank you notes. Literally everything under the sun you could write a thank you note to and be grateful for, she did. She even wrote one to a bee sting. But this book made me so happy, you guys. You have no idea. Like, if you're gonna go out and get any of these books, I would get this one because it is just, it made me super happy reading it, and it was just super cute. But the back says, Leah Dietrich's mother always told her to write thank you notes, so she does, to everything. Thanks, thanks, thanks is her daily exercise in gratitude. So as I talked about in the first Brené Brown book, gratitude is something that you have to practice, and happy people practice gratitude. They say little things they're thankful for throughout the day. They make an effort to say thank you for things, and so I'll read you my favorite ones from the book. Dear future, thank you for only existing in my mind. You're a lot less scary when I realize you're just make-believe. See you when I see you. Best, Leah. So that was one of my favorite ones. Dear uncertainty, thanks for also essentially being a possibility. I'm a lot more into you when I think of you that way. All the best, Leah. Dear Monday, thanks for having the word mon in you. That's French for mine, and in case you weren't aware, Monday, but it makes me think of you more as my day, and frankly that sounds like a much more promising start to the week. All my love, Leah. So basically it's just tons of little notes like that. It is a super cute book. She also has her website that is still going on every day. She says thank you to something every day, which I think is amazing. But all of these books were really self-help, like I said, and really these two were my favorite just because they're really easy to get through and they just made me smile. So I think there's sometimes you need books that just make you smile. So that is it for this February book review. I hope this was a little shorter and sweeter and more condensed than my last one. I hope you got the gist of these books. If you wanted to know more or have a little more in-depth talk about them, my blog post is linked down below in the down bar along with all of my other social media links. And if you like my videos or me in general, I'd love if you subscribed. It definitely makes my day and makes me super happy, and I would really appreciate it. So I will talk to you guys in my next video. I hope you have a great day or night whenever you're watching this, and I'll see you next time. Bye!